Hello, I'm Alan Warren. This is my wife Jackie, and we grew up in Bronson, went to school in Bronson.
We met in the first grade, went through all high school together, and then you went to work. I worked 1 year at Western, and then I moved to Louisiana.
I went over to Allen County Community College, and after that, I started to work at Western. That was in 1964, and I worked there 23 years before Western closed down. When they did close down, well, I had the opportunity to transfer to Lincoln National's headquarters in Fort Wayne, Indiana. When it came retirement time, I always knew that I wanted to come back to Fort Scott to retire. So we made that decision to come back to Fort Scott, and I can tell you today,
That was the best move we made. Yes.
no better place.
Yes. I've heard people say that Fort Scott is a friendly town, and I myself can attest to that because when I moved here, I didn't know anyone, and Alan had lived here before, so he kind of picked up some old acquaintances again. I think it's a great place to be. I know when I grew up in Bronson, my folks always went to Iola, so I hardly ever got to go to Fort Scott. And when I did, I thought, this is the coolest place. I'd like to come here. I had no idea I would be living here at this time.
I think Fort Scott's got a lot going for it. Give it some time, and I really think that we're going to be proud of Fort Scott as we go into the future.
We're also members of the First United Methodist Church, and we, I guess we wear several hats there. I'm the financial secretary, and I've recently been elected president of the United Methodist Women, so I'm really not sure yet what all that's going to entail. We're both on the administrative board, and you're on the board of trustees.
Vice President, Board of Trustees.
Yeah, so we stay pretty busy there also.
And so the first year that we was here, why the show wasn't quite what everyone thought it should be, and so we got everybody on Sunday morning together that was involved with Pioneer Harvest Fiesta, and we said, let's talk about what can we do to improve the Pioneer Harvest Fiesta for this next year, and not what's wrong, but what can we do to improve? And from that, Jackie, she took the notes, and when we got home, I typed that up, and we had 4 full pages of to-dos, if you will. And would you believe it, by showtime that following year, we had completed 90% of those. But so we continue to do this every year, and evaluate our show and look for ways to improve. We've been able to build a new building over there in the last few years, and we raised the money for that building through swap meet, meals, hot dogs, and things like that. And Jackie, she started that, and that worked out well for us. But so we're continuing to try to improve.
Right, and during that time we have arts and craft building, and we have a quilt show going on, and a lot of vendors during the show, so it's another thing that's fun.
And again, it takes lots and lots of help. And we've got over 100 members in the Pioneer Harvest Fiesta, but there's many of them that don't even live in the Fort Scott community, but they come here each year for the show.
Right.
And so they're interested in what's going on here. Well, when we came back to Fort Scott, one of the things that we did get involved with was the fair. Grown up in 4-H, Bronson 4-H Club, and so I've always felt that I needed to give back And I've been involved in some of the projects. Back when we built the rodeo arena, I drew the original plans for that. This arena over here has been rebuilt since that time. In the late 90s it was rebuilt, and we are starting that process again.
Me and Alan and the rest of the fair board are working on fixing the arena up out here and getting everything back into shape the way it should be, and starting to bring more and more events into here to let everybody know what we have here to offer in this town, and help everybody out in the city with any businesses that might be here that'll benefit from it.
There's none of this at the fairgrounds that one person can do. It takes lots of help.
Alan Warren has helped me tremendously out here at the fairgrounds. He helps do anything I ask of him. He's always available, always here. He helps set this arena up, tear it down, get it ready for rodeos, for tractor pulls, for horse pulls, whatever it might be. Alan's always been here to help me, and he's all about fixing it up and bringing stuff into the community and trying to help the town out and the city out and bring in all we can.
It's safe to say that Riverfront Park would not be what it is today without Alan Warren. Alan has been in on the very beginning of this in the planning stages.
I was invited to be a member of the Riverfront board, and that was a new challenge. But it's something that we are watching grow in our community here. It's really ended up being a nice improvement to Fort Scott. The walking track that we put in around there is used by a lot of people. And then we talked about getting a bridge to go across the river, and we've got a pavilion down there now.
Over on the south side here, where we call the Belltown Trail, Alan has been most instrumental in it. Even behind me, you see the pavilion. When it was built, Alan hauled off all of the debris. He backfilled, took his own time and tractor and backfilled, planted grass, and made this pavilion what it is today.
And so there's lots of opportunities to be involved. There's always a weed that can be cut, or some brush cut, or whatever a person would like to do. We can find them a job to work with.